Hey guys, and what's up? Today we're making not necessarily a vlog like I usually do with the updates, but just a normal update episode. And, well, maybe a little bit of a vlog, I'm not sure. But let's go over it, because this is a pretty awesome update. So, this update contains a couple new things. It doesn't contain about the sheep, and also, by the way, I'm going over previous updates. Anyways, what this update covers is that if I do F5, you can see the amazingness of this snapshot. The chunks aren't loading. But, there we go. As you can see, that's first off, this over there is my background new icon. But this is amazing. This is default, but now back then when wood, there was one type of wood for you got each tree when it was just oak, spruce, and birch. It would, if it was just those, it would always produce oak. But now, since when the four, I guess, trees came out, it was these four woods: oak, birch, spruce, and jungle. And then one of the most recent updates added dark oak and acacia, or I don't know. And now, since Notch or whoever wanted to do this wanted to add more, I guess, variety into the game, more doors instead of this one door, you add all these doors. You have your normal oak. Let me go this way. Then you have your birch, which sort of looks Japanese-ish, but not so, just the design. Then we have your medieval door. This door, I'm not sure what it is. It's cute though with the little look through and that. And then we got your modern household doors. I like them. This great door. Then, of course, since if you're gonna add, different variety doors, that's a pretty big improvement. May as well add different variety fences and stuff. So we got your normal. They all act the same. They just reskinned each other, and the fences surprisingly all connect together. Like this, they all just connect, which is nice. And there's different color fences as well, so you can have a pretty much all spruce themed place, or all oak, or all jungle, And the way you craft these doors, if I spawn some wood in, just go with that, you can basically, ta-da, and you get your little spruce door, which, there you go, that looks pretty nice, double door. And in this update, what you can do is that if we get a beacon, and some ores, like iron, I will show you the coolness of this. And then let's get some colored stained glass. So you see the beacon's working. Let's make it like a UFO, basically. Let me do this. There. You put the glass on, and it changes the color of the beam, which is pretty nice. And if I wanted to, let's say, make it brown, why not? Now changes into a darker color, which I think is actually sort of cool, because if you mash a bunch of things onto it, and let's add maybe some white, it will change colors. And I've just sort of been playing around, and instead of just doing it like like this. Wait, come on. There, it will just like change the color. But if you saw in Captain Sparkle's video, it was a different section beam, but this is the D instead of whatever snapshot he was on, and it mixes colors like if you mix dyes together. And if you look through, it looks like the normal, almost default, but not necessarily. That's that about the beacons mainly. I'll leave it at that dark green. Over here, we have this new thing, which is and by the way, all these recipes for currently existing fences are just like the normal, except you place with the oak blocks with the specified wood block. Like if you wanted to make, it would be, fences. But for the gates, it would be the same. And I'm guessing for, actually, let me check. Okay, I don't think there's actually a crafting recipe for these, because you require sticks for these unless there's some special way for it. Like, I'm not sure if I just grab a couple sticks. I'm not sure if it's like this or something. I wouldn't be surprised. Wow. Logic! So that's how you craft. I did not know how to craft that until I'm like, if you inverse the gate, then it would probably work. But yes, so I did not know that until that moment. I did not look it up on anything. I swear on my life. I just found that out as I was recording. You learn something new every day, right? So, back to this. This is called a armor stand. And with armor stands, I need some more sticks. And I need any type of slab. And by the way, let's use some of this redstone slab. The red sandstone. The mesa biome, you can craft it as so on and so forth, and you can find it. It's like other sandstone. I think it's like this. Or like this. Oh, no, I remember. It's... Oh. Let me try the default slab. Here we go. It might just work with the default. I'm not sure. It does. So you only use you can't use red sandstone. That's one thing I'm not sure if it works at all. But you can just place them down like this, and you can't push them around. But these are really great for displaying like items or clothing. Like you can have colored pants if you wanted to, but I'm too lazy to do that. Actually, no, I'm not. Let's get some blue pants. You know, why not? So we put the pants here, and voila! The guy has pants and a very large belt. And of course, you can put all sorts of things on this, like diamond armor or golden pants. I mean boots, since I already have. Actually, no, I used to do the pants like this. You know, of course they'd probably be enchanted too, but I'm not going to go that into detail. And as you see from the hints, like when the banner update first came out, I was so interested in doing all these types of patterns. And of course you can do flags, like you can do the Germany flag, the France flag, maybe the Mexican or Italian, one or the other. And I was playing around, and if you see in my icon, you can make the US flag, which is pretty simple. So the way you do this US flag is that you need a white banner, like this, or you can use a red one. I'm gonna use the white just so I can show. Let's get some red dye and a blue dye. And what we do is you put this here, and the most specific part about making the U.S. flag is that this blue part right here has to go on last, because it goes on layer by layer. And if I wanted to put this on right here, it would be on top of this. But if I were to add it before, the red lines would be on top of that. And then we can do this. So as you've already seen, actually, before we go on, this is a line, left side line, the middle line. Why is it orange? Okay. Then you got the left side line, and then we got the top line. The bottom line, and the middle line, which is thinner than the other lines. So, and then you got the other miscellaneous things that just cost like 1 or 2. You got the dot. You have the bottom corners, which are the corners basically. Nothing goes on the side, but something I found out, if you do this, there's the diamond. Yep, and then, but if you were to have this here, no, it was like, if you do it like this, it becomes a white chief indented, or just a chief. And you can't do it sideways, sadly. You can't do it like this, or however way you would do it, unless it's like this, but no, you can't. That's the ones I know so far, and you just add this lapis lazuli to make the white banner, or US flag if you want to rename it, or you can make other flags like Germany, but I'm not great detail on the flags. And let's move on to this thing, as you see right here. So like I said earlier, why I was so interested in the banner update. And I played around, and I found out that you could make letters. As you can see, and not all letters are possible with the banners as of this moment. So we have A, B, C. There's no possible D. If you want the D, it would look like a O. So that's why I did not have a D. The E, it can either be done with the dot in the middle or the line, as an F. There is no G. There is no H. There's no I, J, or K. There is an L. The M is not possible with one banner, but it is possible with two. And same with the I. The I would just be a banner here, and then a dot on top. That could be the middle line, and then the top line. Now, this would have been the D or the O. It depends on how you want it. There is no P, Q, R, or S. There is a T and a U. There's no V or X. And the V could probably be possible two banners, but it would look very big. There's no Y. But there is a Z, which sort of looks a bit derpy. And some of these are easy. Some of these would be more complex. This is, you have the line here, right here, the middle line on the top line. And for some reason, the top line is bigger than the middle line. Same with this as the A, except you have the bottom line. C is that you don't have this side and the middle line. The D is not possible as of this time. The E, I've already told you about. The F is pretty much E with the middle line without the bottom. G is not possible yet, because if you want to do G and like J, you would have to have things that would not go all the way. Like if you wanted to make a G, it would be, you would have to have something like this or like this, but you can't. You can only have like the dot and whatnot. Then H is pretty easy. Left side line, right side line, middle line. None of these are possible. And L, self-explanatory. Bottom line, left line. N is lines of both sides and the cross, which I'll show you the cross design if I haven't already. The cross is, or the diagonal is this. So that's the cross. Then you can do it the other way. Then you got the corner. I really don't care what color I'm using. Then we got this, like that. And of course, this is what makes up your main line or letter. Is just a bunch of lines that make up letters. And there are other things you can do that miscellaneous notes and decoration. So that not all things work, but you use a wither and a creeper skull if you wanted to make a wither thing, like black skulls, like a pirate, or I want to use a special color for it. It's the lime. And you can use the classic old creeper, which I will show you here, which looks kind of cool. And I'm not sure if any of the heads are compatible. I'm not sure if anything else is compatible, but of course you have the banners, and I think in default worlds you can find some of these heads just lying around, like zombie and the skeleton. I'm not sure if any other heads are possible, but yeah. I'm not sure what else there is. I should probably continue this before I get sidetracked. Of course, the crafting recipe for these banners, actually, to show you, is that you use your choice color of wool, and then you use a stick, that's a flag, and you do this like it's pretty much replacing the wood for like the sign. Instead of like making a sign, you would make replace all the wood blocks with a wool block, and I did not cover that. I would probably get back to that at a later time, but so HLNO. O is pretty much all the outer lines. You have the top line, the bottom line, the left line, and the right line. And then the T is a middle line and a top line. The U is left line, right line, bottom line. And the X is two diagonals, and a Z is top line, bottom line, left to a right diagonal. And like with all the other doors, if you craft the doors, you just get 3, and I think that just about sums it up. I mean, there's like nothing else I can really make out of this. No. Yeah, I was just making sure. But yeah, that basically sums up the these last couple of updates. You have the banner update, which is sort of old, and actually I'll show you an example of the banners in use. So 1 second. All right, so here is an example of some Here are examples of banners in use. So you can use them for stores like this. Like, even though our I want to call this Minecraft banner language is very limited, you can still use you can still make the word tool and stuff. But if you wanted to go in here, you just have name the animals and stuff. And I went into full detail and made NPCs and even back rooms with stuff in them, but I'm not going to show you. And this is a special deal. Emeralds, you just rename the emerald. Then I sort of went for different kinds of font sizing. You could go for your old, small town font. I'll skip the middle one. You can go, there's no S. And you can go for the normal town font, and I made use of the armor stand for display cases. And I think you've already saw, but basically, before I move on to the nice one, that's my favorite, is sign type. You pretty much, if you want to make a banner on a sign, then make it neonish, not necessarily neon, but make it, like New York, Japan type, like neon on just glowing neon signs. You just put it on the black wool or whatever corresponding wool your banner is. You put it on and you do this, and I sort of used this middle one right here like that. I made it even top bottom style and it looks sort of cool. I have black wool all the way down, then I have the black banner and the letters in red to make it neon, not necessarily neon-y, but, and yeah, that's the basic laydown for some of the banners. Yeah, barrier blocks, whatnot, nothing really new. So let's head back into our little showcase world. So, yes, the banners are, I will guess, going to be pretty significant in Minecraft now, especially that you can have your own little designs. Like you can, if you wanted to be on like a realistic server, you can make the U.S. flag and have the U.S. government, or if you're on a medieval pirate server or medieval server, you can use the pirate skull flag along with with some of the new doors, and you can use all sorts of stuff. And of course, these new doors will be impacting Minecraft map makers and whatnot very big. I'm not sure. They will be impacting them a lot. Instead of just having the normal door you're getting sick of, you have the Japanese style, which, or I'm not sure exactly what you'd call this, but I'm not sure what would be used in. Maybe these are just curtains. I don't know. You can make whatever you want of them. This I will definitely be seeing in like cellars or medieval, because it has this little line here with the thing, the door handle, and then I'm not sure what this door is supposed to be exactly, but it's cute because it has this top thing you can see through. You probably can't see. And then this bottom half, and then you got this modern door right here. And of course, all these are the normal way you would craft it. You craft it like you've seen earlier in the video, and then this door, the fence gates are easy. You just do this. It's pretty much the inverted fence pattern of inverted special fence pattern, I should say. And by the way, unless they changed the new fence design, any other type of fence would be really easy to make. No. Yeah, so I guess they changed the new fence design to make it, instead of just have this, like, people less using this because it costs, 6 sticks. Say that 10 times fast. Instead of, making it this way expensive to make and have these be like the cheaper to make. They made it more compatible with the fence designs. So you can have, your wood all over here. Then you got your oak, that's grass. You got your spruce with like all that. And it just makes it easier to make fences. So you don't chop down a whole forest trying to make a fence around, your garden or something. And they just make it instead of... Actually, is it more? It still costs... No, it costs more wood. I'm not sure what the math is. Because it costs 6 blocks of wood to make it. You need the sticks and you need the blocks. I don't know. You can do the math below or whatever. But it's either more cheaper, the same, or more expensive to make the fences. But I'm fine with it because you add, like in Minecraft, you add this variety to Minecraft now with... You have these armors, these armor stands, you have the letters and banners, you got the doors, you got the beacons, you got the fences, It makes it more varied instead of everything being oak, the number one wood. Yeah, so with that, I think I'm going to end it off here today. So until next time, guys, see you guys soon.